Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. It's been a while. I apologise for that. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. It's been so long. I forgot that I have to turn the sound off on the other computer. Yeah, I kind of left you hanging in the last stream. I apologise for that. As the last stream was playtesting my 11th quest, Infiltration. I was talking about possible things to do with the playtest and stuff like that, and tweaks and stuff, and then just didn't come back for like a week. So sorry about that. There's a reason for it. I do have a reason. It's not much of an excuse, but there's at the very least a reason. While creating and playtesting Infiltration, I was inspired for another quest, and so I kind of abandoned Infiltration and started this other quest, which is terrible. I mean, it's not the way to get things done, but that's how I roll, I suppose. I become a bit obsessed by the new quest or mission, my 12th, and kind of abandoned Infiltration. So it's a bit of a shame. So really, to be fair, I should go back to Infiltration for this stream, but I'm not. I'm going to play test the new quest. So the new quest is called The Void. It is based on it sort of combines two Lord of the Rings quests. The Watcher in the Water and what's the other one? Temple of the Deceived. That's the one. So it combines those two together and deals with. It's not like specifically inspired by the episode of Voyager with the Void. It's kind of, I wanted it more to be a little bit more like the Expanse episode of Enterprise, like how they go into the Delphic Expanse and it's a horrible place. And I sort of changed the direction of the mission. Kind of changed as I was making it, to sort of not really be based on any specific Trek episode. It's more of a sort of a change around. So really, essentially, the Void now has become its own beast, and basically what it is your ship gets lost in an area of space where your sensors don't work. Your ship sensors don't work. So as far as the ship is concerned, you're in empty space. The Void, kind of like in the mission or the episode, or either way, with the Kelvins, when they take you to Andromeda, and it's the void between galaxies, which of course doesn't make any sense in stellar cartography, but there it is. So it's similar to that. So you're in an area of space where the sensors don't work, and so the ship thinks that there's nothing outside, so they just stop working. And throughout the course of the mission, spoiler alert, throughout the course of the mission, you find out that you're actually not alone, that there's other people also trapped in this area of space. And so you see you get to come across some insane versions of enemies from previous missions. So it's kind of a best of. And then you eventually figure out how to get out, but how to get out means that you have to punch a hole in space, and through that hole, one of the old ones tries to come through. That's right, I've brought the old ones in. This is not relevant to the episode of Picard, where they open a hole in space and the old ones come through, which I discovered to my horror after I had the idea for this mission. So I haven't ripped off that episode, but it is essentially the same thing when you think about it, now that I've seen that terrible, terrible episode. The entire series was awful. But anyway, so yeah, you open a hole in space and giant tentacles come out, and that's the Watcher in the Water part of it. So yeah, pretty exciting. I like to think that it's pretty exciting. I've had a few play tests. It's pretty cool. But the problem that I'm finding is that it's just a little too hard. So I think I just need to make it less hard, which is a problem I have with some quests where they're just too bloody hard. So it's I mean, it's all well and good to have a challenge, but you don't want it to be too challenging. Otherwise, what's the point? You know what I mean? So, yeah, let's do it. So the Void. The first half of it, it's only two stages. The first stage is the Temple of the Deceived stage. Well, based off using the same sort of mechanics as Temple of the Deceived. It is slightly different. It's got some changes, so it's not a complete rip-off. And stage 2 is the Watcher in the Water stage. So yeah, let's do it. So, stage 1A, the Void. After a computer malfunction, you're lost in an area space called the Void. Sensors do not work in this region, so it is impossible to know what dangers may lurk around you or even how long it will take to get out. The science and engineering departments are working together to find a way out. Setup. Prepare the Void map. See rule sheet. I actually haven't done the rule sheet yet, but this is what the map looks like. So you have 16 locations. You put them out in a grid with the Void side up. So the Void side is space uncharted. Void cannot have player card attachments, and there's also a whole bunch of rules about how they can't move position and stuff like that, but that'll all be in the rule sheet. When you reach the progress amount you flip it to your explored side, and the explored sides are all the same. All explored sides look the same. Space explored, you can now see the stars, and you now just draw one card instead of what cards are indicated on the card. So the main difference here is that it has a threat value, it has a progress value that you need to in order to flip it, and it has this value here, and this value indicates how many cards are drawn from the encounter deck if this is the current active location. So you use a ship marker. So I'm just taking a ship marker from an attack win mod to indicate where you are, what the active location is. And the active location determines how many cards are drawn from the encounter deck, and it can be anything from 1 to 3. So even if you're playing solo, you could actually end up drawing 3 cards. So you try to avoid that as best you can. And the cards that are adjacent to it are the staging area. The cards that are in the staging area. So for example, if I start here, the cards in the staging area are this one here and this one here. If I was here, the cards in the staging area would be this one, this one, this one, and this one. So if I was here, the threat in the staging area would automatically be 3, 1, 7, 8. So quite a lot. So I wouldn't go there until I've flipped over one of these, because once it's flipped, the threat becomes 0. No progress is needed, and you only draw 1 card as per normal. So the smartest option is to start. You have to start in a corner, so you choose the corner that has the best options to you. So this one only has 2 threat to start off with, and then I'm just going to move around the border, because it means you get less threat. Like moving into the middle would be dangerous unless you absolutely had to, and you wouldn't move into the middle until you had managed to flip some of them so that they weren't contributing their threat. So that would be the easiest way. And then what else? Yes, there's that. And so yes, like I said, so when the active location indicates the cards that you draw. When you do reach the progress on the location, you add the progress to this objective down here. So back in the instructions, it'll say something like shuffle the entity deck and place it and the void entity enemy and location routine space aside. So there's the entity deck. Just check it over there. There's the entity deck. 16 cards in there, and that is just a complete copy of the Watcher in the Water Tentacle deck, with some slight changes to make it Star Trek-y, but it's essentially the same. Like one of the enemies is renamed, and Fear and Shock is wrapped has the same effects as Wrapped. It's essentially the tentacle deck, so that the Watcher of the Water enemy, which is the Void entity, can use it. So it follows the same basic rules, but whoever sold Void Research first gets a bonus against it. And you need to win the game, you have to have Rift in Space and Void Entity out of play. So you play those out of play. Each player is given a copy of the objective Void Research, and then you shuffle the encounter deck. So the encounter deck has 40 cards, and each player gets a copy of Void Research. So we'll go down here to my copy of Void Research. So I've already got. So the first thing is well, why are we not putting progress on the mission itself, right? The mission, you don't put progress on the mission. It says proceed. Each player takes turns to choose a corner location and places the ship on it. And you don't place progress on the actual mission. You place progress on the objective. Why is that, you may ask? Which is a fair question. It's because at the start, it's not a co-op situation. You don't know what else is in the void. So I wanted to make it that even if you have multiple players, it is possible to have multiple players. So let's grab the Excelsior. So each player takes turns grabbing a corner location, right? We don't know that we're in space together. We're in the void together. We don't know that. We can't communicate. None of our systems are working. So I didn't want it to be co-op at the start. You actually are trying to research your way out. Even if you can't actually go to the same location that another ship is already on. So there's basically no way to know. You can't, there's nothing outside, blah, 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 right? So if you are playing multiplayer, their rules are the same. They could draw 1 to 3 cards. They deal with their own staging area, so they would have their own. I have my staging area over here, they have their staging area here, or wherever you want to put it. Doesn't really matter where you put it, but each staging area and each interaction is different. It's not relevant to the mission, it's relevant to the Void Research. And when you clear the location, the progress, the amount of progress that you cleared, so if for example, if I cleared this one here, that gets flipped over, and those 3 get added to here. And then as soon as somebody, our player, solves Void Research, it goes to stage 2. And then the entity, the Rift in Space occurs, and the entity tries to come out, and then it becomes co-op. This map disappears, and then it just goes back to the normal that you just sort of expect, and then we're actually playing together. Yeah, that's basically it. Can't really explain any more than that. The person who solves it first gets a bonus against the entity because they've researched it enough to know what's going on. They know that the entity is coming. And that's pretty much it, really. I'm not 100% sold on the idea because I test solo, right? So I'm not saying that's the greatest idea ever, but I just thought that would be interesting that because this game is either solo or co-op, right? So I thought it would be interesting to have a mission where you do both. You start off solo, even if you have multiple players, you are still solo. You're forced to be solo, really, anything else. And then it becomes co-op, and then you solve the mystery of the void, and it's like, oh wow, Johnny, Captain Johnny, I didn't realize that you were in the void as well. Let's team up, and then it's the Enterprise and the Excelsior teaming up versus the void monster. That sort of stuff with the giant tentacles in space that are trying to kill you. It's maybe a little too big. But yeah, there you go. So let's do it. 1B, all ship hero willpower is reduced to 0. Willpower in ships obviously means systems, and cannot be increased by effects or attachments. So even if you get an attachment that says add +1 willpower, which is I think called advanced sensors or advanced scanners, I think, doesn't work. Your willpower is 0 regardless of what you do to it, for the ship only. So essentially it means that your ship can't quest, which brings you back to sort of a more of a even keel. I mean, one of the complaints about having the ship is that it gives you an extra quester for no downside. Like you actually have an extra hero essentially. That sure, combat is only ship combat, but they're a free quester essentially. So that takes that out. And then this is a strange one which I found from playtesting. So in the forced skip the first quest phase. Now that the law reason for it is that you haven't actually technically entered the void yet. Is my sort of idea, right? You're at the start of the void, and before you decide to, before you realize you can't go back, and you decide you have to, the only way out is to go forward. You haven't actually quested anything yet. That's my law reasoning for it. It's kind of shaky. I'm willing to accept that is actually kind of bullshit. The real reason for it is because I found that it was just too bloody hard to start off the very first round. If you didn't get a handle, like get an ally out, or get a sort of a handle on things before you get like 3 or 2 encounter cards, it was nigh impossible to get enough willpower to get through. So say for example you're on this one. Obviously this threat's not counted, but these are. So 4 plus whatever you draw. That's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. You've got some enemies that are 3 threat, some enemies that are 2 threat. In general, the away enemies are 2 and the ships are 3. So if you get a 3 out, that's automatically 7. At the start, 7. And you don't want to quest with your combat people because you don't have any way of unexhausting them so they can actually have combat and stuff. And the threat of the enemies was really quite low. So it's highly unlikely you're going to get an enemy on the first go. So to be able to quest and do that at the same time, it's nigh impossible. So I added that little thing there. And just as a little bit of flavour is because both your engineering and science teams are working together to try and figure out what the hell's going on, their combined brain power, having all those big brains in a room gives you a bonus 1 will. So whenever you commit all your characters to quests, you just add 1 willpower to that total, not to any specific person, so it can't be taken away by any effect that says that character's now dead, or you untap them and they're not committed and all that sort of stuff. You don't have to worry about anything. It's just the combined group as a group gets 1 extra just for the sake of it. Yeah, and you have to get to 30. Once you get to 30, you've solved the mission, and stage 1 you can move to stage 2. 30, there's a couple of treacheries that take away progress, so getting to 30 is not simple. I mean, in one of the playtests, I had to basically go like all the way around to the top before I got to 30 because of those bloody treacheries and stuff. So that's basically what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's a fine balance between enjoyability and just too bloody hard for no reason. So let's see how we go. I choose this location here, and I'm going to fly in this direction. Round 1, I've got my heroes. I'm doing a spirit tactics. This is the basic quest deck. The ladies doing all the work. Look, I've got an all-lady crew. Bridge crew at the very least. I'm on the Enterprise D. It's because it's a good all-rounder ship. Like it's basically it can do everything. It's not as great in combat as others, it's not as great in defense as others, but it's not as great in sensors as others, but it's a good all-rounder type ship. Plus it has the awesome ability, my favourite ability, which is it doesn't have to exhaust or defend, but also the first card that you play each round doesn't require a resource match. So it still needs to match either spirit, tactics or law. You can't just randomly throw in a leadership card and hope for it to work. But I can use the very first card. You can use any resources I want. That becomes very, very handy. I don't know why that's on 3. Yeah. So the ladies on the D, working it hard. And yeah, they come in handy. They definitely come in handy. They're heals. Balana's ability to heal her ship is unsurpassed. It's even more powerful than Scotty, I think. Really, I mean, Scotty, you have to tap him to do it. He does do more, but you have to tap him. Whereas, and hers costs a resource, but you don't have to tap her, which is great. I don't have Tom or my Mara on play, so she doesn't get a +1, which is a shame. But she's essentially my defender. Ro is going to be my attacker because she adds progress. Adding progress is always good with those bloody treacheries. And Miranda is obviously my quest. So yeah, good mix. All right, let's do it. So the very first round. 28 thin, resource. Give a shuffle just so we're not cheating, and draw. Cool. Now, I would actually have preferred to have seen. It's not a terrible hand, but I would have preferred to have. I don't really need Q right now. And I would have preferred to have seen one of the cards that lets you was it Starfleet training. It's just every time I take a mulligan I get a far worse hand than I had before. So better safe than sorry. It's like there's no scientific fact behind it. It's basically just a superstition that whenever I do a mulligan, the second hand I get is just horrible. So yeah, I'm just going to stick with it because if I do get one, it'll be bad. So I'm not willing to risk it. So the first thing I'll do is give. It's pretty safe to say we're going to get combat. So the beauty of using Enterprise is the first card I play is going to be Phaser Rifle. And even though it's a Tactics card, I have a Tactics hero. I don't have to use the Tactics resource. So I'm actually going to use their 2 resources to pay for that and leave that one left over because then I can feint if I get attacked by one of the enemies that are just a pain in the ass, which are the Borg Tactical Cube. I've gotten that in playtesting. I've gotten that as an attacker every time, which is just painful. That card is just painful. And there's another enemy as well that it's just you just don't want it straight away. The Sonar Battle Cruiser. Yeah, you don't want that in the first round, and that's happened. So let's do it. Leaving that resource out. Oh, I didn't draw a card. And there's my Starfleet trading. Oh. Oh, wait. Now I've sort of changed my mind. Now I've changed my mind a bit. I think I will. So what I've got to deal with? 2. Yeah, so 2, and I'll be questing with 4, 5. Now I'm going to stick with it. It's my own mistake for not drawing a card, so it is what it is. I'm going to sit with it and give it and do it later on. I'll put it on Balana so she can quest and fight. We'll do that. So for now, we're just going to go with this. So there's no quest phase. I skip the quest phase, which means there's obviously no cards that are drawn, and so therefore there's no enemies to deal with, and now I just go straight back. So you basically just get a free first round. And that's the best I could do in that first round. That's not good. It's not the greatest, but we'll see how it goes. So increase, and we start again. Next round. Round 2. 1, 2, 3. And then draw. Alright, so straight off the bat, I'm going to do Enterprise's ability to not have to worry about resource match and bring out Starfleet training. And put it on Balana so she can crest for me, because now I need to crest. How many resources I've got left? 2. Actually, I'm going to use her resource. So now I've got 1 spare for Faint, 1 spare for Test of Will if I need it. That works. Alright, I'm happy with that. Now I can go quest. Oh, what's happened to my... That's weird. Oh, I was playing Nemesis on TTS yesterday, and I changed the rotation because you have to rotate the location, the room, every round, or every time you use it, or whatever. So yeah. All right, so 4, 6, and then I get a free one from this one, so 7. Cool. Now my active location is currently this one, so I'm actually drawing 2 cards. Shuffle this just so we know we're not cheating. Card number 1, card number 2. Card number 1, Void Shockwave. Deal 1 damage to each enemy. There's no enemy. Then each player assigns X damage on the players that characters they control, where X is the number of exhausted characters they control. So it's kind of like the radiation, where you get damage for the exhausted characters, but you get to change it around as best you can. So that's good. So yeah, I'm actually going to put him on the ship. Straight up. So it's 2 damage on the ship, straight up. Boom, boom. See you later. Oh, no. No. I'm going to put him on Balana. I'm going to do it on Balana, because I'm going to heal her later on. The second one is another treachery. When revealed, the enemy with the highest engagement cost in play engages the first player. There's no enemy in play. So that's a pretty good round. 7, that's pretty good. And I only have to deal with 2. So 7 versus 2. So I win by 5. And this only needs 3. So straight away we're going to see this effect, which is pretty cool. Alright, so I just take that off. So it's 3. It's now explored. Those 3 get added to Void Research. 3 out of the 30 that I need. That's the quest phase taken care of. So getting the progress during the quest phase is handy, because then you get the travel phase and you can then travel to a new card. Sometimes that doesn't happen, especially when you got like combat shenanigans like Rose ability here, which adds progress. So sometimes you can actually clear a location outside of the quest phase, and therefore after the travel phase, so you can't travel because you can only move to another new location on the travel phase. So think of it as a 3D visual representation of the travel phase effect. Like you choose a location to travel to, so it's pretty cool. Temple of the Deceived is a great quest. If you haven't played it, Temple of the Deceived, which is part of the ship sort of, what's the ship scenario thing called? I highly recommend it. Highly recommend that you check it out. I love that entire sequence, whatever they're called, is great. Dream Chaser. So the Dream Chaser sequence of quests, Temple of the Deceived is part of those. It's just awesome, awesome stuff. You go pirates and sunken temples and underwater combat and great stuff. So yeah, check it out. So because it's now cleared, I can now, in the travel phase, travel. So I can travel to either here or here. I can't travel to here. You can't go diagonally. But you can go either here or here. Now, let's weigh out the options here. If I go here, on the next turn, so let's actually do it. I'll show you what I mean. So on the next quest phase, if I go here, my staging area will be this one, and this one. So it'll be 2, 3, 0, so still 3. If I travel to here, my staging area will be this one, this one, this one. So 2, 4, 0, 4. See what I mean? So it's safer for me to go to this one for now, because then I only have to deal with 3. But I might change my mind later on. It becomes a real pain when I get to here This one's going to be painful because it'll be, I mean, this one will be cleared by that point, so it'll be 0. So it'll be 3, 7. You know what I mean? So that's basically it. So at that point, I might actually turn and head on in. But then it's like 7 anyway. So it becomes pretty hard. But by then, the hope will be that by the time I get to this one, the hope will be that I have some allies and have some more willpower and can actually do some, more fancy stuff. And Miranda, of course, you can discard a card and bump her up and stuff. So anyway, so I'm going to travel there. So there's no other effect. I've travelled. That's it. That's just it'll come into effect when I do my next quest phase. I like to just cover the threat thing there, just so I know there's no threat there. One of the practice games that I played, one of the playtesting games, I was counting this threat as well, and I just got annihilated. And it's like, well, no wonder, because you're cheating. Well, because you're cheating, but you're cheating against yourself, so it's playing like an idiot. So travel. And then it gets to combat. There is nobody in combat, which is great. So it's just end of round thing as per normal. Resource. Cool. Alright. I'm pretty happy with this. So, the first thing I'm going to do is give a hyper spray to Balana, and then immediately use it, which clears 2 damage. So there's that done. I could have put the damage on the Enterprise and uses Balana's ability to heal it as well. That was obviously an option, but I was going to give her this anyway, so I might as well just give it to her and use it. That leaves me with 2. I'm going to use those 2, which are neutral, to give the Enterprise some more firepower. That'll come in handy later on. There's that. Got no resources left, so straight into quest. Miranda, obviously. Balana, which I can untap if I need to untap her. So 4, 6, and then the +1 from that is 7. Do I want to discard a card? No. I want to keep these. So it is 7. I'm currently against 3. And then whatever I draw. And this location says I draw 2. So card number 1. Card number 2. Card number 1 is a enemy. So that won't happen until we get to combat, but it contributes 2. And then card number 2 is Hull Breach. It is when revealed. I don't have any resources, so I can't use Test of Will. So I'm going to have to do it. Attached to a ship. Condition forced when a ship exhausts, deal 2 damage to it. As an action, you may exhaust 3 characters or 1 character with engineering to discard Hull Breach. I'm going to have to cop it. Got no way of stopping it from happening, so here it is. Attach it to the ship. There it is. There's an enemy in play, so as an action I'm just going to untap Balana right now. I could tap her immediately and get rid of Hull, but I won't because there's an enemy in play who will engage me. My threat is 30, so they will engage. So before that happens though, I need to calculate the quest stuff. So 7 to 5, 2, 3, 0, 2, 5. 7 to 5 is 2. I get 2 progress on there. That's questing done. I can't travel because that's still active. The ship. The enemy will engage me. The Breen dude. Oh, sorry, I missed something. Breens get +1 threat for each enemy engaged with player. There was no enemies, that's fine. So the Breen dude will engage. We now do this shenanigans. Get a shadow card. He gets +1 threat for each enemy engaged with a player, which doesn't matter now. Doesn't matter. And Free Soldier gains +1 attack for each breen in play, not including itself. If there was another breen in play, anywhere in play, you would get +1 attack. But there isn't, so it doesn't matter. So my defender will be Balana, defending for 2, 4 versus 2. So she's going to get damaged. How badly is it? Shadow effect. If the attacking enemy is a ship, it gets +3 attack. Phaser barrage. It's not a ship, so sweet. So it's still 4 versus 2. She still takes 2 points of damage. And then Ro will hit him back for 5. Ro will shoot him in the face for 5, which is enough to kill him. 2 defense, 3 health, so he's dead. So Ro kills him for daring to invade our ship. Ro's ability puts 2 progress onto the location, active location or quest, if there is no active location. And 2 is enough to clear it. So this is what I meant before about how it can be cleared while outside of the travel phase. So I am still stuck in this area. I can't travel to the next location just yet. But still, it's cleared, and so I get 1, 2, 3 on my research. So research is kicking some butt. So end around. Resource. Draw a card. Okay, that's pretty handy. I like that. I like that a lot. So I'm going to heal Balana. I'm going to... I'm not going to heal the whole breach just yet. I want to see what happens if a ship enemy comes out. I need to use the ship, then I'll get rid of it. But until then, I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to use as the first card used. I'm going to use Balana and Ro to cast the Bat Left. Give her another weapon, so she's kicking a bit of ass. She only gets +1. She doesn't have either the Klingon or Warrior trait, so she doesn't get the bonus, but she does get the progress. So now if she kills something, she's putting 3 progress. She's a progress machine. So that's pretty handy. What else? That's it, really. I want to save the one for the test of will, just in case something comes out that annihilates me. So, Miranda, Balana, seven again. 7 seems to be the magic number. I'm currently dealing with 3 still, because I haven't moved. And I'm drawing... But now the bonus is, so this is the other advantage, is that I only draw 1 card as per normal. So 1 card per player as normal. And since I'm solo, it's just 1 card. So, yoinks. And there's the battleship, just as I thought. What a bastard. What a bastard. 6-4. Pretty intense. So it's doing 3. 1, 2, 3. So I still won by 1. It doesn't matter because I don't have anything to progress. So, but still, I don't gain threat, so that's always good. And its engagement is 40. I'm actually going to leave it in there for a bit because I can't be bothered dealing with it right now. Because if it deals damage, and it will, I get a -1 defense counter. I just can't be bothered dealing with it. It's just too much of a pain. So I think I might actually queue that. Like kill it off as quickly as possible. Yeah. And just pray I don't get the tactical cube. I really, really pray. So yeah, so I won the quest. It doesn't engage because it's 40. It's now the travel phase. So yeah, I will actually travel to here. Which means that my threat is now quite a lot. My next threat is going to be 7. But I only need 3 to clear it. And it's pretty likely that Ro will clear that anyway. So, and then I'll move to here, which takes that out. So then my threat will be 4, 7 still anyway. but when I moved here I only get 1 card. So yeah, it's a decision. We'll see how it goes. So I'm just going to leave that ship up there for now. I mean, it's going to be a lot to deal with. 7, 3, so I need to get 10. I need to be able to do 10 questing ability later on. But that's right. We'll see how it goes. So because I'm not engaging an enemy, I'm actually going to use Starfleet training to ready B'Elanna and then use B'Elanna to get rid of this condition. Because she is the chief engineer, so she is good. Probably might need to change the wording on that card because it says a character with engineering. She doesn't have engineering, she's just an engineer. So I either need to change her or I need to change the card, but the theory is still the same. She's an engineer and that's all that matters. Right, so that's done. So now it's the end of the round, I think. Have I forgotten to put research on? I have. No, I haven't. What am I talking about? 6 is right. Alright. Card drawn. Identity memory. Excellent. Excellent. I can boost Miranda. That goes into the thing, and then I cast it, and it comes back out again. So that's pretty handy. She only gets +1 until the end of the phase, not the end of the round. Okay. And this can only be played during the playing phase, so you do it on the next turn. Alright, so I've got 4. I want to save for Q. Yeah, I want to save for Q. I've got no burning desire to spend anything. I've got enough cards out. Really? So I want a Q so I can do 4 points to him and then engage him and then kill him. So yeah, let's do that. Save up for Q. So that means we're going to quest. So quest. Sacrifice to give Miranda +1. So I can only do it. I can only do it once. That's per round. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's right. Why am I confused? Why do I sound confused? That's right. 8. I normally do 7 and now I'm doing 8. I know that's not going to be enough. I know that's not enough. So I'm going to risk it. I'm going to have to risk it. I'm chuck another 2 in there and do 10. Yep, let's do it. Alright, so drawing 2 cards as per the responsible. 2, okay, so not too horrible. So enemy who will engage me in a second, and when revealed, remove 4 progress tokens from the Void research objective card. I'm actually going to let that slide. I could stop it using Test of Will, but I want to use Test of Will for Conduit Explosion, which is just painful. Conduit Explosion is 8 points of damage split amongst your team. It's just the worst. I can't stand it. So 4 progress, losing 4 progress is a small price to pay. And then yes, I'm dealing with, so quest resolution is 3, 7, 10, 12. So I lose by 2. Gain through threat. Then it's engagement. The Klingons will engage because their threat level is 20. And he won't because it's 40. They've engaged, so I guess a shadow card. She loses her +1. Well, I'm going to Starfleet training B'Elanna so that she can defend. Defend against the Klingons, so 3 versus 2. If the raise your threat by 4 or the attacking enemy makes an additional attack, I will take the additional attack. So 1 attack, 3 versus 2 means a damage of 1. They get an additional attack. So a new shadow card. Wait a minute. How's that going to work? Void Klingon cannot go voluntarily undefended. I'm not voluntarily undefended. I've got nobody to defend. So therefore it's undefended. So that's bad. That's bad. I won't do the extra attack. I will do the 4 threat instead because I don't have anybody to defend, which means it'd be undefended, which means 3 points straight away, possibly even 4 if they get that treachery, that shadow card. So yeah, it'd be an insta-kill for all involved. So I'll do the 4 threat instead, which sucks. And because she quested, she can't hit back, which she would definitely do. Yeah. Oh well, that's a lot of threat. That is a lot of threat. I'm actually glad because that I didn't lose anybody, but geez, threat is going up crazy. Alright, talking about threat, end round, 39, fresh. Draw a card. I'm going to play Eidetic Memory, so I draw another card. Okay, that's handy. It doesn't say anything about not being able to. You know what? I'm going to engage this guy and stop him from attacking, and then use I need to do 5 points of damage, and Q will only do 4 points of damage. Intriguing. I could trap it. Alright, well I think the first thing we need to do is get Delta out. So she needs 3. So we're going to use 1. Actually, if I do that, I won't be able to use the trap. Oh, the trap won't be until next turn anyway, right? So let's do that. So let's get Delta out. 1, 2, 3. First card, so it doesn't need a resource match. So let's get Delta out. And then she can at least help quest. Let's heal B'Elanna. No. Let's wait 1 second, just in case she gets the thing that gives her a point of damage. Please hold, just going to blow my nose. Sorry about that. Just had to blow my node. Okay, back on. All right, so what do we got here? So I got Delta out. That's a must. That's an absolute must. I'm not going to heal Bolano just yet. So let's do the quest. Let's see what happens. So 4, 5. So that becomes automatic. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And Delta gives me a free progress. So free progress. Hikaru is obviously a big help in this mission, because he would put a progress on all the staging area locations. So getting Sulu out would be great. Anyway, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So doing 10. And a free progress. So 2 cards. Marine Battle Cruiser and Void Trader. Okay, so the Marine Battle Cruiser is going to contribute 3 more threat, which is not good. That's not good at all. There you go. That's a real shame. And a engagement of 20, so they will come and engage. But that's right, the ship can take that. I can fight off a Marine Battle Cruiser. And what's the treachery? Void Trader. Choose one exhausted non-ship ally you control with a printed attack value of 1 or higher. Then deal damage to another non-ship character you control, adjacent to the exhausted ally if possible. Equal to the printed value of the exhausted ally. Now, I can't do that. It has to be a non-ship ally. Attack value of 1 or higher. I've only got 1 that's exhausted. She's 0, so she's not infected. I think I might change the picture for that. The original trader card is Seska, obviously, because she betrays the Voyager team. But this is my intention for this is that they're using the text is that they're one of the parasite infected people. So I think I might change it to one of the parasite infected people. So make a note. Void Trader. Change pick. Cool. All right. So yeah. So that unfortunately does mean a crap load of extra threat though. So 7, 10, 13, which means I lose by 13, which is a real bummer. So I lose by 3. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. The threat's already at 42. That's a lot. Like that is substantial. This dude will engage. Let's get some shadow cards. This doesn't really matter. So put you to you, you to you. They're both the same engagement cost, so it doesn't matter who gets the card. Yeah. Ready Balana. Using the +1. Need some allies. I was going to optionally engage. Yeah, I need to optionally engage this asshole and get rid of him on the next turn because otherwise it's just too much. So I'm going to optionally engage that guy. So he should get a shadow card. So really, that should be yours. That should be yours. And that should be yours. Okay. make sure that's right. Following the rules. Got to follow the rules. So the very first thing I'm going to do is feint this douchebag. So his card's not relevant. Doesn't matter what it was. There you go. See you later. That's a good one to get rid of. Defending characters doesn't count the defense. That's a very good one to get rid of. So feinted him. The next one, the Enterprise will defend against him. He doesn't tap to defend. It doesn't tap to defend, but it does lose -2 defense. So it's 2. So it's currently 3 versus 2. So we'll take a point of damage. And then there's no shadow effect. So we'll take a point of damage. And because it took a point of damage... Oh, what's happened here? It deals an additional damage equal to the number of attachments it has. So it actually takes another 20 damage. They're pretty brutal. That's that cool energy dissipator disruptor beam that they use in DS9. Just annihilate the Defiant. It's great stuff. Just kicks the crap out of it. Awesome. That's the ship combat taken care of. Now let's deal with this combat. So defending with B'Elanna, obviously. 3 versus 2. No extra shadow effect, which is great. So she takes a point of damage, which I will, as an action, immediately heal. Just so there's no bullshit. And then Bro this time will actually hit back. So she's doing 3, 4, 5, 6, which is enough to kill you. So see you later. So she gets 3 progress. 1, 2, 3, which is enough to clear that. It's outside of the travel thing, the quest phase there, so I can't travel, but I do get 3 progress on here. It's important to note that you get the amount of progress from the card, not the amount of progress that you put onto it. So back up to 5 on Void Reset, which is great. That's where we're taken care of. And then the ship will do 5 points of damage because it has an attachment. So 5 points of damage to the Breen battle cruiser. So really only 1. Only 1 point of damage because it's got 4 shields. Wow, that's a lot of shields. Does it really have that much shields in the show? Oh well, there you go. Yeah, pretty anticlimactic. But anyway, alright, so not bad. Not bad. I survived. My real concern now is threat. Like, threat is a lot. Because now I'm at 43. Untap. Resource. Draw a card. Okay. Got some threat reduction. Okay, so the very first thing I'm going to do, obviously, is use status field, using the Enterprise's ability to not have to match. So 1, 1, 2, 3, and status field the sonar battleship. So chuck him over there. Thank you very much. Touch enemy can no longer attack. So over it goes. Screw you, hippie. I'm going to use B'Elanna's ability to heal the Enterprise. There's that. And let's play Eidetic Memory. No. No. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. I need to keep the wind reveal just in case the conduit explosion comes out. Let's not do that. So I will play Sarek's Council though. So Sarek's Council, reduce threat by 3, 1, 2, 3, and give somebody +1 willpower. I'll give it to Miranda. Why not? And then let's quest. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, and I get a free progress from Delta, which doesn't matter because I've already done the progress. So 10 versus, and it's only one card now, thank God. It is a Klingon Raptor. Klingon Raptor, if it's the first card revealed, it gains +1 attack. It is the first card revealed. It always is. So it works. That ability works quite well for it. It gets +1. She changed it to attack, and then it gets plus, because it always happens. It always gets +1. Anyway, so it's 3 threat. So the threat at the moment is 3, 7, 10. So it's 10 versus 10. I don't win any, don't lose any, which is fine. That's cool with me. It's 25. It's a will engage. I'm gonna chuck it there. Nothing else to do there. Lose that. So now we'll do shadow cards. So it's handy. Shadow cards. Alright, so let's do all the Raptor first. It's 4 versus 4. Attack enemy gets +1, +3 if the enemy is Borg. It's not Borg, it's Klingon, but it is still +1, so it's still a point of damage. Second ship, 3, but it gets -2 defense, so it's 3 versus 2. No shadow effect. 3 versus 2 means 1 point of damage. Its ability, because it has an attachment, does an extra point of damage. So there's those taken care of. And then the Enterprise will hit back for 5. I can either do 1 point to you, or I can do 3 points to you. I'm going to do 3 points to you. Yeah. I don't know, it's a debate, isn't it? I can actually... No, I think I might actually just do a point to you. Because you annoy me. I want to get you out of here as quickly as possible. You're not really much of a threat. You're a pain in the ass. Alright, so... that's it. She doesn't have... you know, the suit, environment suit, so she can't hit back. Rory can't shoot it. So end of the round. Don't get the threat. Draw a card. Oh, very handy. Thank you very much. I'm going to 1, 2, 3. Fatal Pan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then Sarek's Council. 1, 2, 3. Miranda gets +1 willpower. Yeah, now we're cooking with gas. Oh, why did I not move? Why did I not... I should have moved last quest phase. he should have moved to here on the last quest phase. Okay. On the last, after the last quest phase. Okay, alright, cool. Oh, jeez, if I'd forgotten that, that would have been a disaster. Alright, so new quest phase. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It also gives me a free progress, which is now relevant. I'm dealing with these two of the staging area, so 3. I draw 1. Okay, this is my chance to catch up. Oh, bloody hole breach. I'm not going to waste my win revealed. My tester will. I'm not going to waste it because I can get rid of this using Alana. So it's 10 versus 3. So I win by 7. No, I'm catching back up now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which means it clears. That's nice and easy. I get 6 progress. Pretty handy. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. There's no more enemies coming out, so I'm going to use this to do Balana and do this straight away. So I don't have to worry about it while fighting these assholes. Then we move into combat. You get a card. You get a card. Let's go straight into combat. She loses her +1. Oh, you get a card as well. You get a card as well. You just don't use it. So we might as well just get rid of it now because it just doesn't get used. So your card, what's your threat? 40. Actually, so that should have been yours. That should have been yours. That should have been yours. So your card gets used. Nothing happens. There was no effect anyway. Okay. Now this one. I don't remember what that card was. I think it was one of the Gorn. So we'll soon find out what happens there. So let's deal with you first. So 4 versus 4 straight up. If the defender is a ship hero, deal it 2 damage. Okay. 2. Nothing to do about that. But otherwise nothing. And then you 3 versus 2. Oh, yeah, go on scouts. I was right. So you take a point of damage, and then because you have an attachment, you take another point of damage. Cool. So that's you. That's you. Cool. Alright, so now I head back. Boink. Point of damage. Slowly but surely. Whittling you down. Okay, so let's get rid of those. Let's just pray the Borg Tactical Cube doesn't come out. Increase threat, refresh. Resource, resource, resource. Handy, but I don't want to use it just yet because I want Balana to heal you for 2. Yeah. I'm going to pass. Alright, so questing. Miranda. Oh, Miranda can now afford to do eidetic memory. And it's another month. Pointless. I need some more threat reduction. Oh well, is what it is. So, for... Actually, I might even get rid of... Yeah, I'll get rid of advanced medicine. Give Miranda 1. Let's pump up the volume. Should have moved. So I cleared the quest. I cleared it from questing, so I should have moved. Why do I keep forgetting to move? It's ridiculous. Yeah, I would have moved to there, which is 7, which is a lot, and 2 cards. That is a lot. So I will sacrifice a card to give Miranda +1. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I get the free one. Okay, there's a lot. But I get a free one, so that's fine. So it's 10 versus whatever comes out. So it's already 7, 4, 7, 0. Clean, so that's another 2. And then, oh, come on. 1, 2, 3. Pooh. Can't sacrifice another card. So threat goes up by 2. Jeez. Alright. So I don't gain any. Threat goes up by 2. I can't move. These two guys will engage. They will engage. So, yeah, that's really painful. So I'll Starfleet to ready her so she can actually defend. Yeah. Alright. Show cards. So you get one. Then in order, it would be you, then you, and then you two. So you, then you, and then you two. Okay, let's do it. This is going to be painful. Let's do you first because yours is irrelevant. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, gaming gods. No shadow effect, and as a shadow card means I don't have to deal with it. What an absolute pain in the ass that card is. Absolute pain in the ass. Alright, cool. Alright, so now I just have to deal with these guys. So I'm still not out of the woods yet, but let's see how we go. Let's do the ships. So let's deal with you. 4 versus 4. No shadow effect. Oh, and another one that's a pain in the ass. The bio ship. Oh, painful. Alright, so no effects, that's good. Alright, and then you, so it's 3 versus 2. Attack enemy gets +1, +3 if it's undefended. It's not undefended, so it's +1. So it's 4 versus 2, so it's 2. And as effect says, it does an extra point of damage. That's painful. Alright, now you guys. Can't go undefended, and after attack or turn is defeated, deal 1 damage to the character you control. Alright, so well, can't go undefended, so I better do you first, right? So I'm going to defend against you. 3 versus 2. Attack enemy gets +1, +3 if it's undefended. It's not undefended by the very nature of its ability, so that's point of damage through. Need to get some armor on Balana ASAP. It's getting slapped. And then this guy will go undefended if I don't defend with Ro. So I can't go undefended because it's just an automatic 3 points of damage, right? Or I can heal her and then go undefended for 3 and just pray it's not a +1. Let's do it. So heal. Let's go undefended, and if the defender is a ship hero, deal it 2 damage. It's not a ship hero. Thank you very much. There's the conduit explosion treachery I was talking about. Having that as a show card is great. Thank you, gaming gods, yet again. So it is 3 points of damage on Balana. She just got hammered by the tactical drone. That ironically is a Klingon. Looks like a Borg Klingon. That's pretty cool. Anyway, so but they lose all distinctiveness. They're no longer Klingon. They're Borg. It's as simple as that. So yeah, undefended, 3 points of damage straight up. So now Ro is going to hit back for 3, 4, 5, 6. So she can kill. She can kill you. Can't quite kill you. 3, 4, 5, 6. But she doesn't have the warrior trait, so she does 6. So might as well just straight up just kill you. The drone can hang around like a bad smell. Okay, so that's the first time I think I've ever gone undefended and not died. So I'm good with that. So we got 3 free progress. 1, 2, 3. So that's pretty handy. Pretty handy. Three, 6, 9, 25 minus 4. 9, 15 minus 4 is 11. Yep, cool. Okay, that's it for combat. Threat, refresh everything. Resource, and draw a card. Alright, Alyssa. Awesome. She heals people. It's great. But, do I want to? Oh, what are we talking about? He hit back, killed you. You're dead. Forgot to hit back with the Enterprise. So that's a lot nicer. All right, so I got Alyssa. Making mistakes, man. Too many mistakes. Forgot to use eidetic memory on Miranda. All right. Yeah. All right. So just cover that up. Confuses me. All right. Let's do. Well, let's get Alyssa out. Well, first, let's heal the ship. Then let's get Alyssa out. She can crest for me. Alright. And then let's get some cresting going on. Oh. Let's heal. For 1. For 2. Let's heal later so she doesn't get slapped in the face. Alright, so Miranda. Sacrifice eidetic memory. She gets +1. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now we're cooking with gas. Now we're doing it. 12. How many cards do I draw? 2. 1, 2. Okay, so card number 1, species 8472. Pillage 3. So if he attacks me, I discard cards. After an event card is discarded from your deck by Void Fierce Warriors, pillage keyword. Discard progress from Void research equal to the cost of that discarded event. Yeah, pretty harsh. Pillage. I think it's when does it engage? Let's have a look. Here we go. Pillage is a keyword that appears on some enemies. After an enemy with pillage X attacks a player, that player discards the top X. So it's when they attack, which is fine. All right. So yeah, let's do it. Oh, and the other one is trader. So it chooses exhausted non-ship ally. I've actually got 2 now, so now it applies. But they have to have an attack of value of 1 or more, and neither of them do. So boink, no effect. So now resolve quests. So 4, 7, 9. So I win by 3, which is enough to get through here. Which is great. So 5 progress gets added to here. Got it. And now, because I did it in the quest phase, I can travel, and I will. I'll be traveling to here. So it's still 6, but not as bad as 7. This dude will engage, because his engagement cost is 19, which is very low. So let's just grab him. He will engage. And let's do shadow cards. So again, you get yours first because you're the highest, then you get yours, then you get yours, and then you get yours. Cool. So I'll Starfleet to ready Young Balana. Let's get rid of your shadow card because it doesn't mean anything. And then let's deal with these guys. Let's do the ship first. So 4 versus... Oh, you tapped. 4 versus 4. Doesn't have to tap. So 4 versus 4. No shadow effect. It's the other. Species 8472 in the deck. So he's gone. That's good. 4 versus 4. No effect. Don't care. Moving on. Back to these guys. I'm gonna have to defend. I can't have her die. Yeah, alright, so let's just make it easier. You'll defend him, you'll defend him. Let's just do it that way, alright? Let's see what fate decides. So you're defending for 2 versus 3. There is a shadow effect. Assign 2 damage among characters you control, 3 damage instead if there are 10 or more cards in a discard pile. It's only 6, so it's 2 damage among characters you control. Assign 2 damage among characters you control. Okay. Let's do... You... Oh, Alyssa's ability would have healed you, so I'm going to take that off you. Yeah, let's put them on you too. How's that? Because Alyssa will heal you when you refresh. I should change it so that it says... Oh, it's a Starfleet character. Okay, that's right. That's right. So let's put it on her and her. Because you're both Starfleet. So you'll heal. Alyssa will heal you when you refresh. Okay. That's good. Alright, so that's you done. Now this one, do I defend or do I, now that you're fully here, I know that you're fully here, do I if this is a +1 and you die, that'll just be devastating. I think I need to defend. Okay. Alright, so you attack. Ah, should have gone undefended. Should have gone undefended, man. Because now I can't attack back. That's bullshit. Oh well, it is what it is. You got to take the risk. I just know if I had gone undefended, fate would have changed that card to something else. It would have been 4 points damage. Would have been dead. Anyway, so I have to deal with your keyword. So pillage 3. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's my armor. Oh man. Damn it. Anyway, none of them are an event card though, so discard those 3 cards. None of them are a event, so the force thing doesn't work. Oh man, what a bummer. All right, attacking back. Ship. 5 versus 2 is 3. So you're still alive by 1. Can't attack you guys back. So yeah, let's get rid of you. Nope. Let's get rid of you. And increase your by 1. Because you refresh and your Starfleet characters, you get healed by Melissa. I should make it non-ship, because you are technically a Starfleet character. Yeah, it's just this in the spirit of the game. I just don't. It doesn't. Alyssa's got no engineering ability, so. Or does she? This is such a thing. It just doesn't make it. I don't think it makes it OP. Why is she healing the ship? She's not healing the ship. I'm not having to heal the ship. But Balana can, because she's an engineer, so heals too. Thanks. Or, wait a minute. Let's draw the card first before I deal with that. Because I think I might queue at this point, because I need to get past 6, draw a card, and then he can lower my threat and help me kill stuff. I don't need him to quest, but he can help me kill something. It's a gamble. It is a gamble. Let's put Q out. I don't want him to quest, but he will use his threat reduction ability. Reduce your threat by 5. Then quest 4, 5, 6. No. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Discard a mine for 10. And get a free progress. I want you to defend twice. Yeah. All right. So 10. 1 card. Okay. That's fine. 1 to you. 1 to you. 1 to you. I'm actually cool with that. Because it means I win by 10. There's no other... actually, no. So it's 2, 6. So I win by 4. So I win by 4, which is not quite enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Right. Can't travel. But I didn't lose. I didn't get threat. Right, so now let's combat. So boink, and then you then you, and then you. Okay, combat. Alright, let's do you first because it's pointless. Don't care. Let's do you. 4 versus 4. There is a shadow effect. Sign 2 damage around a card. 3 damage if there's 10 more in your card discard pile. Oh, there is 10 cards in my discard pile. So 3 damage, assign characters you control. So let's give it to 1. No. What am I doing? Let's just give it to you. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Just give it to you. 1, 2, 3 to Q. Characters I control. Thank you very much. See you later. Alright. Now, attacking. So you, I'm going to have you defend twice. So if I defend with you first, so it's 3 minus 2. It's not a ship, so that doesn't apply. So it's 3 minus 2, you get a point of damage. And then ready you. Use that to ready you. And then defend again for 2. So 3 versus 2. Defending character does not use its printed defense. Oh my god. So, alright. So I'll use you to heal you. Oh, I don't need to do that. No. Is it during the refresh phase? What does Alyssa say? Oh, yeah, during the refresh phase. Right, so I'll use that to heal you. You don't use your defense, so you're just 4 points of damage. 3 health points. So now you're back up to 3. Oh my god, this is just insane. And pillage. All right, so pillage says 1, 2, 3. None of them are events. Oh, both Dianas are now gone, so none of them are events. So it doesn't have to worry about the extra damage business or the losing void research progress. Oh, that's painful. Pillage 3 is insane. Okay, alright, so that's defending done. Bialana almost died. Alright, now let's get attacking done. So I can attack with you. Oh, let's do the ship first. So 4 minus 2, boom, dead. So you're dead. See you later. Alright, so then so 3, 4, 5, 6 is not enough to kill you. It is enough to kill you, but he's going to add 4. So he can't kill anything on his own, which is weird when you think about it. I mean, it is Q, but so he's doing 4 on his own. So together though, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Three, 4, 5, 6. So I think either way, it's only one's going to die. Only one is going to die. So let's do. You attack him for 4. 4 minus 2, 2. He survives. And then row. No. he takes 1 point of damage. And then Ro kills him. Straight up. Just kills him. Gets rid of that whole pillage bullshit. And then I get the progress. So let's do that. So I get 3 progress. 1, 2, 3, which is enough to clear this. It's outside. I can't travel because it's outside the travel thing, but I do at least get the 6 on here. Alright, I'm only 8 off for that. He goes away. Yeah, I think that works. Alright, so increase rate by 1. Refresh. She's not Starfleet, so Alyssa doesn't help her. Refresh. Refresh, refresh, refresh. I'm going to immediately use that to put her down to 2, and then Alyssa will heal the last point. Refresh. Refresh. Alyssa heals her. Refresh. Alyssa heals herself. Okay. Alyssa's a beast. She's an absolute beast. Alright. Resource, resource, resource. Draw a card. Oh my god, yes! Thank the Lord. Oh. Thank you, Jesus. Alright, so 1, 2, doesn't need a resource match. I'm going to get... actually... No. I'm going to hold off on you because I need just in case Conduit Explosion comes out. I can't risk it. Can't risk it. So I'm going to use you to heal the ship for 2. It's taking a bit of a pummel. I'm going to use you to get some armor on Balana. Thank God. So it's now +2 defense. Now she can actually defend for me and save you for the when revealed, just in case, because I'm too scared of it. It scares me. So what am I dealing with here? Still 6, and it's draw 1 card. So 6 and draw a card. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Don't need to sacrifice a card. Let's just make sure that's right. 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. Don't need to sacrifice cards. So that's 11. Delta gives me a progress, which doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter. And it's only draw 1. Oh, there's only 1 card left. Oh, there you go. Deal 1 damage to each enemy. That's handy. I like that. Technically, it's you as well. So, got that. 1 damage to each enemy. Then they assigned where X is the number of exhausted characters. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to assign 4 points of damage. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4. Yeah, let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So obviously past that with flying colours. That was nice and easy. Travel phase, travel to here. Three cards to deal with. That's tough. Should I have gone here? I could have just gone straight here. So that means I'll be dealing with 3, 6, 9 threat, but only 1 card. Yeah, you know what? I think I might actually go to you, because you, it's only 3 threat. but it's 3 cards. Can't be bothered dealing with that crap. So 9 threat to deal with, but 3 cards. 3, 6, 9. Technical error? We'll soon find out. Combat. There is no cards, so this doesn't apply. So that's pretty handy. So I already defend. No shadow card. 3 versus 4. She has 4 now. So not even a problem. Defended. No problems at all. And then Ro smacks him in the face. 3, 4, 5, 6 for 3. Got that. So see you later, Mr. Tactical Drone. Oh, he does say though that after Tactical Drone is defeated, I should say response. I think after Tactical Drone is defeated, deal 1 damage to a character you control. I'll do it to Balana because. Or actually, I'll do it to her. Because she's about to be healed anyway, so that's fine. I think that should say response, not forced. Anyway. He's dead. Ro's ability gives me 2 progress, and the Battle F gives me 1 progress. So that's pretty good. 3 already straight up. Increase threat by 1. Miranda doesn't heal. Ro does. Delta does. Alyssa does. Pretty handy. Resource, resource, resource. And draw a card. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 2, 3, 4. I know it's a risk. I know it's a risk, but it's worth it. He quests for me and he adds progress. It's a must. Sulu to the rescue. What a champion. Absolutely awesome. Awesome. Alright. I can't cancel Conduit Explosion if it comes out, but it is what it is. I'm willing to let that risk happen. So 4... 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, and look at all this free progress. Delta gives me 1, and then Sulu gives me 1, 1, 1, and technically 1 on there as well, but it doesn't matter. Who cares? So 1, 1, 1. Thank you very much. Sulu, da man. Da man. And I'm doing 12. That's pretty good. Didn't even have to sacrifice a card. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 versus only 1 card to draw. Now this actually does take effect because it's the quest phase. So all they get put into there. And now we actually get a card. Oh, you bastard. Alright. That's fine. That's fine. So each exhausted. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Miranda. You need some healing, baby. But at least I beat the quest by an insane amount. So let's have a look. 3, 6, 9. So I beat it by 3. And I only needed 2. Alright. So that goes. That is solved. It doesn't spill over to any of those, but I get 6 on here. I'm only 2 off from passing to the next stage. 2 off. Saving my progress just in case something horrible happens. Okay, 2 off. I can live with that. So increase threat by 1. Okay, Miranda doesn't heal. I need to get some healing on Miranda ASAP. Alana does. Kelta does. Alyssa does. Sulu does. Resource. Draw a card. Cool. Threat reduction, or do I play the card and see if I can get some healing? I think I should play Eidetic Memory. And draw a card. I hope it's a healer. It's not. Damn. That's a real shame. So I'll use Volana to heal for 2, and I'll use you to bring out the fighters. Yeah, that's a real shame. Alright, let's quest. Okay. Actually, I'm going to pause there for a second. I'm going to pause here, come back. Come back soon. I'll come back later today. I promise. I will come back. I'm just going to do a quick save. Just make a note. I'm in quest phase. Quest phase. Quest phase. When we come back, I will be in quest phase.